Hi everyone, it's Marina Parenti, and I am presenting on the Sunday school tradition for adults and children, primarily children, but there are some adults here. And it is a tradition that affects all the denominations, but primarily Presbyterian and Protestant. So my sources come from Hag, who talks about the minister sort of traveling specific to logging industry and lumberjacks with Frank Higgins. And then I talk about Stephen Rockman and his work on the literature that's provided in Sunday school. And then Bruce Smith, who focuses on mass media that's dispensed by Dwight L. Moody. So let's get started with these Sunday school traditions. So first we have the American Dream and Ethics for Children. That's pretty good. You can still see me. And so Sunday school is both for children and adults, but primarily aimed at children. And it seeks to, continue this evangelical goal of personal conversion, showing biblical authority, and spreading the Christian message. And it was often through this kind of accessible media, like we have in this tract called The Broken Bat. And this would be, provided and teaching Christian virtues. And The Broken Bat was all about, this children and they have a broken bat and they don't know what to do with it. And so what are the ethical and moral implications of it? And this is, discussed by Rockman. And then moving forward, we have the evangelicalism where, we have the personal conversion that I had spoken about. And so you get this through the Sunday school, and its efforts are to democratize Christianity. Moving forward, we also have the moral ethics in Davy and Goliath. And this primarily comes from Lutheran Protestantism. So we go back to David. Hi. And a little bit of technical difficulty here. We'll go here. There we go to David and Goliath. So Davy and Goliath, this is the claymation that a lot of us grew up with the, these kind of moral stories. And it wasn't outright, you know, Christianity, reading the Bible. These were more moral stories, and the conversations could be had through David to Goliath and only heard by the viewer, or really primarily the children, right? But it did teach these moral and ethical codes of forgiveness and respect, and they were very relatable, this animation, which then led to Gumby, which you have here with Gumby is more secular in these adventures and moral lessons that continue forward, but they have a large support group. And then, sort of a little bit out of chronological order, but along the same line in this mass media, you have Moody, who, is largely supported by the Boston Globe, and his lectures and series are widely reported in the Boston Globe and really connect throughout the community in these Sunday school type teachings, which are eminent. Now, these are my sources, and we're excited using Harold Hag, David and Goliath, as you saw, and then we also have Bruce Smith, and then Stephen Rockman. Thank you for listening to my recording.